Boys and girls, I hope you're having a wonderful day today. Today we are going to learn about folk tales. Let's go ahead and get started. So what are we going to learn today? Today we will learn the characteristics of folk tales, how we will watch this PowerPoint and a video that Miss Marcial has, and why. Because knowing the characteristics of folk tales help us become better learners. Now, what is a folk tale? Let's go ahead. I have a small video I want to show you.
Generation. Our stories passed down from generation to...
What is a folk tale?
Folk tales are stories passed down from generation to generation, like fables with talking animals, fairy tales with magic, tall tales with huge exaggerations. Even scary stories are considered folk tales. Oh, and legends about historical figures, sometimes involving magical dragon tales, myths about people with supernatural power, and superhero stories are folk tales too. Don't forget about those Hobbit adventure tales. I think I'm getting it. But what about folklore? Oh, folklore. That's the beliefs and customs of a group of people. So folk tales are just one type of folklore. Does that make sense? Yes, complete sense. Now, if only I could get rid of this pesky mosquito.
All right. So moving on, remember folk tales usually they happen. Where's Miss Marcia? There she is. Usually they happen a long time ago. They're usually passed down orally. Remember we said that someone told the story and then they told their kid and then that person told their kid and then it just went down from there and now we have them. They're usually short enough to be read in one sitting. They have animals that act like humans, but not all the time. They may have trickery and a lesson may be learned. What I'm going to show you today is a new folk tale, more of, I guess it's kind of new. And what it is called, it's The Day It Rained Tortillas. The Day It Rained Tortillas. You will have an activity to do, so make sure you please pay attention. A long time ago, a woodcutter lived in New Mexico. He loved to talk and tell tall tales. He talked to his neighbors. He talked to his wife. He talked to everyone in town. When he ran out of people to talk to, he talked to his goat and mule. One day, the woodcutter found 3 bags of gold in the forest and took them home. His wife quickly figured out that so much gold could only belong to robbers. She worried that they would find her husband. Don't worry, the woodcutter said, grinning. I only told the baker, the butcher, the fish seller, the candlestick maker, and her daughter. He said, you talk too much. Now the robbers will know where we're the ones with the gold, his wife wailed. We really need the gold to get our broken roof fixed. To fix our broken roof, she added, so she came up with a plan. First, she told the woodcutter to hurry into town and buy 100 pounds of flour. Meanwhile, she buried the coins in the backyard. And when he returned, she told them that the gold disappeared. And she explained that she had left the gold on the porch while thinking of a good place to stash it. Someone must have snatched it then. After her husband went to bed, she cooked pile after pile of tortillas. Then she threw them all around the house. Tortillas covered the floors. They were spread on the kitchen table, and they even hung from the curtains. And in the morning, the woodcutter awoke to see tortillas all over his head. One even sat on top of his head. His wife yawned, stretched, and then exclaimed, "Ay, it rained tortillas! They must have come down through the broken roof." "Tortillas? How can that be?" the woodcutter asked. Everyone knows it can rain tortillas, his wife assured. Don't you remember learning that in school? She asked. No, I think I'd remember that lesson, he replied. Well, you better get back to school, she advised. Who knows what other lessons you failed to learn, she added. I still don't understand how it can rain tortillas, the woodcutter wondered aloud. He looked through a window and was surprised to see to not see any tortillas. They've already washed it way down in the river, his wife said, as though she was reading his mind. The next day, the woodcutter went to school. It was hard work. Meanwhile, his wife spent the day stacking tortillas in the cupboards, and soon after she had hidden the last one, she heard furious knocking at the door. She opened it. Who do y'all think it's going to be? 3 robbers began yelling angrily. The villagers say, your husband found our gold. Now give it back, they screamed. You won't find any gold here. My husband is always saying silly things, the woodcutter's wife calmly insisted. If you don't believe me, ask him for yourself, she added. The robbers sat down, awaiting the woodcutter's return, and when he finally arrived, they demanded that he return their gold. The woodcutter sighed and explained, the gold is gone. It disappeared the day that it rained tortillas. What are you talking about? Tortillas don't fall from the sky, don't rain from the sky, the robbers shouted. That's exactly what I thought. Now I'm back in school so I can learn how it happened, the woodcutter babbled. The robbers exchanged confused glances. You're right, one of them moaned to the woodcutter's wife. We can't believe a word this man says. And the robbers left. That night and for many nights afterward, the woodcutter and his wife ate tortillas for dinner. The woodcutter never figured out how his wife found the money to fix the roof. All right, make sure you finish the activity. See you later.